Hey, what's going on there, Marvel Snap players? Welcome back to another video here on Marvel Snap. My name's Jon Snow, and today, guys, I'm going to show you guys the deck that took me from rank 30 to rank 100 to Infinite, finally, at this season of Zabu. So right now, currently, I started playing this deck from the beginning of the season. It's been about 2 weeks now, and I finally made it, and I finally completed the list, and I feel like this is the best version of Zabu that I could think of that makes the cards very, I guess, very playable and has several win conditions, while if you don't draw Zabu, you can still win. So here we go. First things first, you can see here down, you can see right there, I'm in Infinite, so we got the Infinite title with the really dirty, which is nice. I've been wanting to get that title. I don't know why. But with that being said, all right, here goes the list. Ladder climb. So you can see here down below, this is the actual list. I don't know if you can see it on screen because it looks like it's going to get cut off. Actually, no, I can scroll it down. Can I scroll down? There you go. I can scroll down. Sweet. So you can see here, I've been, like I said, I've been running this deck for about 2 weeks now. There was several different versions that I tested, and this is the perfect build that I feel like gave me the best win conditions and the most 8 cube wins that you can get, because the whole point of Marvel Snap is to make it to 8 cube game. Either have your opponent be bad and they snap for no reason and they keep playing if they know they're gonna lose, or surprise your opponent that you're gonna have a really big push, so that way they don't see it coming. So that's normally what this deck can do. It'll have like a really big push at the end, so that way your opponent don't see it coming, and then you'll get those 8 cube wins. So that's why a lot of times you can, climb pretty fast. All right, so my decisions on the cards, here it is first one, Korg, obviously, because we're playing the Darkhawk variant. Darkhawk says it's an ongoing +2 power for each card in your opponent's deck. So in order to utilize that strategy to its fullness, we need to put cards in your opponent's deck. So Korg obviously is the best fit because he puts a rock on reveal, put a rock to your opponent, so that's already a +1 on their deck. The next one is Black Widow. Black Widow is very crucial because sometimes that if you don't draw your rock slide, she kind of like manipulates your opponent where they can't draw, and it keeps a good amount of cards into their deck utilized. So that's why she's really good. That's why I like Black Widow. She's really good also with Absorbing Man, because if turn 2 you play Black Widow, turn 3 sometimes you don't play anything if you don't find Zabu, then turn 4 you can do Absorbing Man into Black Widow again, so that way it'll mess them up for another turn. So that's a really good combo I like to use too. Scorpion, this is a flex spot. I feel like Scorpion is probably the best 2-drop currently. I did try Daredevil for 2 drops, so let's actually look at the 2 drops that I was working with. I tried Angela I wasn't feeling. Psylocke, I was trying to. I just didn't feel like she was utilized too good, because sometimes you want to drop Zabu on 3. Well, actually, most times you want to drop Zabu at 3, so sometimes that'll conflict with your draws. I also tried to put, like I said, Daredevil. Daredevil wasn't too great, and everything else really didn't seem like too good. Like, some people like playing Lizard for the 5 stat, but sometimes Lizard just gets that weakness, and it's like, it's pretty mediocre at best. Like, so that's why I felt like Scorpion was the best, because sometimes you can even do, like, again, you could do Scorpion into Absorbing Man and get his effect twice, so that'll really hinder your opponent. Or sometimes you get those nice reveal locations like Kajmata, and then you can go ahead and do another hit for Scorpion for 2 damage to your opponent. So that's pretty good. That's why I feel like Scorpion was probably the best pick for the 2-drop slot. Mystique, she's definitely a key player. She's your second Darkhawk guaranteed on the final push, so that's your secret play there, so that way she can get you that extra 8 cubes win. So that's why Mystique is there. Sometimes she's also there for Sarah, because having double Sarah is pretty sick also in this, and then having everything as like a 1-drop to 2-drop cost is pretty free, so you can play a couple of cards. Obviously Zabu, this deck probably wouldn't work too well without Zabu. Giving your 4 costs to make them a 2 is very Q essential. Like, and even you can do Zabu into copying into Mystique, and you have double Zabu, so everything is literally a 1-drop in your deck, so it just becomes absolutely ridiculous. That's probably the best play there too. But most times, like I would say in about 95% of the times, I would do Darkhawk into Mystique. So we'll tell you exactly, because Sarah actually reduces it so that way you can actually play them on turn 6. Darkhawk, MVP of the deck. He's your powerhouse swing. If you can make multiple copies of this every game, you're probably just gonna win easily. With just drop him on turn 6, and then, or if you happen to get to turn 7, drop him on turn 7, and your opponent can't do anything about it. Azoriman, definitely a key factor in this deck also, because again, he has multiple targets that he can do Rock Slide with Azoriman on turn 4, because Zabu will make them into 2s. You could do Rockman into like I said before, Black Widow, even Korg. Like, it's just, there's so much flexibility what Azoriman has. It's just crazy. Shang-Chi, for the 4-drops, I really was, we can go ahead and look at the 4-drops here. There was a lot of 4-drops that I tried. I tried Jubilee, I tried Enchantress, I tried Drax, I tried Rescue, I tried Omega Red, I tried, who else I tried Jessica Jones, I tried Spider-Man. The Spider-Man and Azoriman combo is pretty toxic, and most of the time, if you don't snap correctly, you only win 1 cube guaranteed, because you'll force your opponent to leave. Most times you can get your opponent to leave with 2 cubes, and that's pretty fast with Spider-Man and Azoriman. But I feel like sometimes Spider-Man lacks that extra oomph to stat-wise. So sometimes, because I'm playing the best 4 cost stat cards, which is a 4/6, and that's just most consistent for this deck, I feel like. You know what I mean? It's just, everything else seems pretty mediocre at best. Like, you don't want to do, like, this is very iffy. Like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like this is probably the best 4 lineup that I found. Moon Girl, MVP also. She can make literally 4 Darkhawks, because if you play it correctly, you can have Darkhawk in your hand with Mystique in your hand, and you play Moon Girl, you make 2 Darkhawks, 2 Mystiques, and that's 4 Darkhawks. So at turn 6, you could play 4 copies in 1 turn, which is pretty sick. Or even sometimes too, you can do Moon Girl into Absorbing and get 4 Darkhawks just like that also. So it's pretty crazy what you could do. Moon Girl definitely, I feel like she's very, very strong. Shang-Chi, like I said, Shang-Chi definitely a very strong card. This card alone has won me so many games, because sometimes when I find it funny, because when I play against Zola Black Panther players, or Zola Red Skull, whatever you want to do, sometimes I find myself, I'll lose purposely the lane, and then on turn 6, when I know they're going to do the Zola play, I'll do Shang-Chi into Absorb Man and pop both of them on the 2 lanes that they're going to appear with Zola. So that's hysterical. Easy few free cubes there. I've done that several times throughout the 2 weeks that I was playing this deck. Again, Rock Slide, MVP of the deck also. You need to play this card. If you don't play it, it's not going to work. He's what makes the deck go further with Darkhawk, because you need to get those rocks there into your opponent's deck. Is very crucial. And if you could copy this multiple times, you make Darkhawk very strong. The highest I ever had Darkhawk was maybe like 35 power in like 4 lanes. In 3 lanes, like I had like 3 to 4 Darkhawks, 35 power each, automatically win. Pretty sick. I feel like Night Queen is definitely a very, very crucial card too, because it actually helps you read your opponent. There's so many times that when I play Night Queen, White Queen, and I go ahead and copy a lot of people's leaders or Zolas, or I'll copy their She-Hulks, so I'll know exactly what they're playing. And especially if you copy their leader, a lot of times they actually leave the game. Your opponent runs away because they're like, well, crap, they know I'm gonna play leader, so they're either not gonna play nothing, or they're gonna play leader on leader. So it's hysterical. White Queen is definitely a very crucial card. I feel like she's very, very good and very, very useful. Again, you can do double White Queen with White Queen into Absorbing Man. So again, very, very flexible, and you can have a lot of outs. And again, a 4/6 stat line. Technically, she becomes a 2/6, and sometimes she could be a 1/6. So very, very strong. And of course, Sarah. I always drop Sarah on turn 5, regardless of what I have in my hand, because she gives everybody the -1. And that makes everybody almost literally a 1-drop, because if you have Zabu out on the board, your 4 costs become a 2. With Sarah out, they become a 1-drop, so then you can play at least 4 to 5 cards on turn 6, depending on how big your hand is, because if you Moon Girl correctly at a right time, then you can actually go ahead and just drop so many cards so free. It's literally insane. So this is the best variance of the deck that I have found. Again, I've been playing this deck for 2 weeks. I have went on and off with so many different other cards. A lot of people like to play Chavez in the deck. I don't like Chavez in this deck because she stiffs your top deck, because if you really need that top deck card, then she'll block it. So that's why I don't like Chavez at all. I rather just draw into my cards, and if I don't draw them, then I just leave and that's it. You know, it's just pretty much it. How do you win without Zabu? It depends on the situation, depends on the board, depends on what your opponent is playing. There's many times where the 4/6 stat is more than enough, because especially if you go Sarah into Moon Girl, sometimes you could just drop a Darkhawk on even 5, and then you can just copy it on 6 with Mystique, or you can go just drop a lot of 4s on one lane, and then you can Shang-Chi another lane. So there's definitely ways that you do win without Zabu, but Zabu is definitely the key to the deck. If you see him, most times you should be winning, and if you see Zabu with Darkhawk, you're pretty much gonna win that game for the most part. But yeah, I think that, again, this is very good builds. Again, it took me from rank 30 to 100, about 2 weeks worth of grinding, and yeah, so that's gonna be it. Let me know if you guys want to see some gameplay of this deck. I probably might put a gameplay match or two with it, so after this video, so we'll see. Let me know your comments down below. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. For more Marvel Snap, let me know down in the comments below if you like this type of video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.